why you don't need to believe in a higher power. You don't need to believe in spirituality or God. Truth doesn't require belief. And I think that the whole notion of believing in a higher power, or believing that God is something higher or above you, something that is separate from you, is faulty, because you are one with God. It's one power. So I very much think that this notion is misused a lot. And that can be sometimes what prevents people from probably understanding what this divinity really entails. And I definitely believe that cultivating kind of an impersonal relationship with this divinity can resolve that issue pretty easily. Okay, so it's almost like, imagine if you have a religion and you're seeing God as a deity, as this separate entity from you, and you're experiencing God as this almost kind of like father figure. So in that scenario, you would be like thinking in terms of believing, like as in a religion. But in a similar way, you can also misuse the concept of divinity in the spiritual sense. It doesn't have to be in a religious context as we know it, so, and have seen it like hundreds of times. It can be a different way, I think. Even in the spiritual circles, people can have this perception of like a more dualistic perspective. And I don't think that we necessarily have to use the word God or spirituality or I think you can use any word that you want to. The important thing is just the recognition that not just deep within you, but who you really are is connected to this source. And that no matter what you do, you are never separated from it. Rather than taking this approach of trying to reconnect with this source in this sort of polarizing way where you feel like you are this small being who needs to somehow rebond with this alien sort of thing. It's almost like we see the one as an alien rather than that creator in which we are together with, in togetherness. And this is the kind of meditation you really want to be doing. The insight meditation, right? That meditation where you're not doing it for benefits. You're not even doing it to relax. You're doing it and you're left with an insight. You're left with insights into your own being, into the universe, into the oneness of all. This is why this type of meditation is so important, because you don't want to be using meditation just as a bandage to cover up all your emotional stuff and be using meditation for just a good relaxation exercise. You really want to be utilizing this tool of meditation not as a tool, but as who you really are and the state of what you really are. And the best form of insight meditation you can do intentionally is to ask, who am I? Who is my real self? And it's referred to as self-realization, insight meditation, or self-inquiry. And as you do climb up this ladder of this spiritual journey, you will see that this is the most powerful way of getting there. To realize that you are already that, and that the seeker who is trying to get there is not the real I. And the person feeling separate from God and feeling small is the same smallness of the ego feeling. That feeling of your ego feeling small and fragile and all that stuff is the same smallness. And when you compare it all together and you put things together and put it all into the equation, I feel like you experience that this is just the easiest way to get there. Out of the thousands and billions of different techniques out there, and it's so oversaturated today with different techniques and promises of enlightenment and awakening and all this kind of stuff. So today it's more, now in this present time, it's more important than it's ever been to really reconnect and have this organic, I feel like simple, meditation orientated way to quote unquote get there. Because the paradox is that we are already there, and that's what gets you stuck on the path. You see these people like always attending satsangs and traveling the world, going to all these events and paying hundreds of dollars and sit with Muji or whoever it might be, and you see that now this person is 40 years old, 50 years old, and you follow I've known these people myself, and they just still haven't improved because they're still seeking. This is the problem, is you're still seeking after enlightenment. First of all, there's no achievement to be had. And second of all, the person seeking is the illusion. So these people are unintentionally masquerading and blocking their own path. Ironically and paradoxically, they are preventing themselves by seeking enlightenment. They are definitely blocking, completely and utterly blocking the way to enlightenment because of this seeker. And I think if you ask these people, they will intellectually know so that this is wrong, but they do not have, they're not equipped with the sort of tools to be able to go in and ask themselves how to go about this. And they need a teacher to be able to explain them how to sit still for more than 5 minutes and actually meditate. And so I think this is unintentional, but this is the best advice that I can give and have received about an organic and easy way to relax into that truth and actually receive the benefits of enlightenment. Thank you for letting me share this information with you. And let's wrap this first satsang up. And I hope you gain something from it as well. I would say the most important thing you can do is not to find a teacher or be obsessed with getting there and being so goal orientated. I think goals are great, but if I could say something, I would say the best way is to relax and stay in that groundedness and just be focused and dedicated to your own practice and not compare it to anything else, and not to get too overwhelmed with all the different ways that are out there to get this. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.